Where you at?
Incoming. I'll shoot you the link once YouTube registers it.
Oh, good, you scared me.
Okay, now I need to remember my buttons. There we are. There we are. Now we go here to this fancy little button here. Make sure I don't have an intro.
To make a call. Okay.
Okay, hey guys, around here with Striker Alpha. Welcome to the the first anniversary of this particular Minecraft world. For those who are not aware, this is a world that we've been trying to get to work for the past 2 years, believe it or not. And surprisingly, here we are, the day of, only a couple hours before we actually landed and loaded on the seed. So with that, Striker, you can say a couple words yourself.
Hello, everyone. Yes. The first anniversary of the game after we find the island, and we built it like crazy. You see, some old part we did last time. Now you ever see a couple new one around here.
Link should be with you now.
Okay.
So, I just want to make a disclaimer, because you might catch glimpses of flags and whatnot as we go throughout all we've done in the last year. We are against the war in Ukraine. We have political views that don't necessarily align with that of Russia, so we do not care for the war. And if anything, I think that land should be taken from certain country that's invading their neighbors, but you know. So with that, I would say, for a ship enthusiast, I have one hell of a view. Striker, you ready to begin the tour?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. So the first build on this world actually is the wreck of the USS Arizona. Striker was still scouting out his base when I just decided to plop Arizona down. A little known fact for those who have visited the Arizona: the floating memorial building is donated by Elvis Presley, the singer. There's a friend of mine who, not in real life, over PlayStation, who thinks that he's a rapper. Put in the comments if you think he's an idiot. Anyway, worldwide, excluding Rex, we have, if I can pull it up on the Facebooks, because I have the ability to Alt-Tab. We have, excluding Rex, 10 cruisers, 13 aircraft carriers, 10 battleships, that's including 2 carriers, by the way, soon to be 3, 1 submarine, 6 merchant ships, 3 tugs, 1 salvage ship, which we'll get to in a bit, 1 research ship, 3 river push boats, 7 barges, and 3 dredges. And despite my concentration of ships, Striker has the largest concentration of carriers by far.
Yep.
So this is all work in progress. Striker, you were asking questions before the stream about all this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the orange line is actually where the fence is going to be. So the reason why it's also dotted is because that's where an entrance point will be as well. So that's where the fence will go. The red line is actually where the retaining wall for all the dirt and other materials will go. And then the blue line is actually where the seawall will go. And this is actually where we are going to be servicing submarines. I also want to put a disclaimer out. This world might not load. You can go and find a seat on Google, but it may not load for you correctly on the current version. Keep in mind this world is a year old. So I think 2 or 3 updates on the PS4 edition. So Striker, excluding freighters, guess the most common class of ship.
I don't know.
Would you like a hint?
Yes, please.
1, 2, and then way over yonder, I don't know what your field of view is, but if you put your crosshair on my battle carrier, I know you know what that is. And then go 2 ships to the right behind the H-44 class. 3. Or you could.
Yeah, I see it.
You see the other battle carrier?
Yes.
That all 3 ships that I just pointed out to you are Iowa class.
Dang.
War II variant, the current. There are 4 freighters in this world which are all the same. Actually, no, there's 3 freighters in this world that are all the same, just subtle variations. There's one with a merchant convoy which we'll be going to next. There's another one that's a wreck which we'll go to later on. And then there's one at Striker's base. So this big old black boat was actually in the news recently. This is the USS Texas. I also want to point out real quick, a vast majority of the warships on this world are credited to Garrett 2x4 and Empress Rea. After the stream, I'll put them down at their links down in the description. I'm not trying to steal stuff, okay? Not trying to steal stuff, I'm not taking credit. Literally 80-90% of the warships on this world. This ship here, this big old majestic beast here, is mine. So is that one, Crosshair's line. And that one, as well as there, and then there, and gently over to the left. They all have one thing in common. Their EWF mast. Anyway, this is not all the ships. We'll cover the rest of them later. But this is actually, despite the largest concentration being at Striker's base, technically, this is the largest group of carriers. So, if I do my math right, 1, yes, I'm counting the battle carriers, 2, 3, 4, 5, Enterprise, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then 13 is hiding somewhere else. So, Striker, you know where the merchant convoy is, right? Or do you even remember that I have one of those at all? You know you can talk, right?
Yeah, I know. I have my mic muted to let you talk.
Okay. So this is a tribute. This wreck here is a tribute to the previous road. By the way, Striker, I'm gonna need you to dispose of that eventually. You see the another portal?
Where? I lost you.
Oh my lord. You like to not double tap to run, don't you?
Oh, never mind, I found you.
Alright, you see the nether portal and all the magma and stuff underwater? You don't need night
Yes,
vision to see it.
Oh, I do.
I'll need you to remove that eventually. You don't have to do it now.
Yeah.
In
I know.
fact, all
Oh, well.
projects were put on hold until after today to give the world a chance to rest. So this ship is a tribute to the previous world that came before this. We had a ship in a canal that took us a week to build called the Toledo Bulker. I have lots of pictures of it actually. And using those pictures I faithfully recreated the ship and then promptly wrecked it. So, here it is as a wreck. Somewhat scrapped. And then over here, you might be able to see her. There's the Titanic. There's a Fletcher class destroyer. Not mine, by the way, nor is Titanic.
Oh, classic movie.
She was an actual ship before the movie, by the way.
Yep.
Here's the merchant convoy. It's a work in progress, very low on the priorities list. 2 credited to Garrett, 2x4. These two are custom. So this green ship here is an evergreen ship inspired off of the La Faro. If anyone is familiar with that, that sank off of Florida. You got some front loaders on the bow, mostly containers. And then we have a container ship, which is also custom. Hey, Striker.
Yes.
I know there's a 30-second delay on the stream,
Yeah.
but look at what I see that needs to be removed.
What have been moved? Something under here?
No. Look at the stream through your phone.
Oh.
You see that ocean monument, don't you? Yes, another one to delete. We like removing the ocean monuments because they're all annoying.
Gosh darn it.
Not my fault. Not my fault. Misspoke there. That someone decided to copy and paste all these ocean monuments. We don't have to get started on it today, but we will need to do some pyrotechnics.
There you go.
I am off of Port Bow Titanic.
Alright.
And moving away at a decent clip. You know what? You, to me, get over here. Hi.
I was going over there. I was.
I'm moving backwards because I'm actually looking for spots to put new wrecks. To make political statements known, Moskva is the next wreck.
Oh, island, no sea.
Oh, Fortress Island.
Fortress Island?
Yeah, I'm calling it Fortress Island because it's sheer cliffs all the way up.
Dang.
And I don't feel like building on it yet. Okay,
That's a good experiment.
we can build a
Experiment I
space
need to
elevator. We
use.
can build on that later.
Okay, okay. There you go.
Oh my lord. You're gonna be teleported a lot.
I know that because you keep walking up.
I just teleported you to you. How annoying.
You.
Quit complaining. I only found out that that works recently, by the way. So over here we have a couple of islands which we're not going to touch. We're going to leave them.
Mm-hmm.
Now for this one, we did touch. Story is one of the sister ships to the battle carrier had a defect. The defect was severe enough that they had to actually cut it up. So this is where the line came up. She does have sisters, and I don't think anyone who's going to be watching the stream in the future is familiar with her sisters, except for me, Striker, and maybe one other person. Anyway, this is the aircraft carrier's mast, and then over here we have one of the props taken off of it, very much inspired off of Prince Logan, by the way. And yes, the USS Aquarius is the sister ship to the Orion, which, by the way, is a KMS. Why? Because I feel like it. Can you turn those fancy particles off? Like, they're kind of annoying. I know you can't. Over here we have a dredge. This was actually made the day of me finding out that there was a grounding in the Chesapeake Bay. Striker was offline for that period of time due to internet issues. And this is really freaking annoying. Mojang fixed that shit now. Pardon the language. Okay, so there's waypoint there. Striker, we were just here while I was giving you the pre-stream tour.
Yeah.
Like a stream, remember. There you go. There's the other freighter. That's like the one in the merchant convoy. There's a giant hole right in the side because, and thus, no chances taken. Kaboom. Spawns, but I would like that one deleted. Or at least removed, because that looks way too wolf-packy. Striker, we're gonna have to put this one as a priority. Look at this ugly thing here.
Oh my golly.
Look at this ugly thing. This one is gone next. Especially since if I let this load, hey, there's another shipwreck.
Oh, there is.
Where are we in relation?
Okay, we're over here now. Oh.
This is why I don't carry maps, okay? Because I like to guess. Oh, I know where we're at. I could care less system.
Oh!
We're behind your space elevator.
By my base.
Yes. So,
Right behind it.
other freighter that's common. We got submarine, Fletcher class, which was built during the Sullivan's incident, and a front loader that kind of took a swim and couldn't get back up. I have both ships of the 1st Carrier Division, courtesy of Garrett 2x4. Not saying that I like foxes or anything, but Floof is supreme. Anyway, we has a military base. You might have caught that in a glimpse when we were still at my base. And this can be all kinds of digitized and whatnot. I apologize for that.
I showed them.
To explain the 60-minute delay for future viewers and chat, there's a 30-second delay between what I'm saying now, when you'll hear it, and when I address the issue. So me acknowledging the digital screen or whatnot is going to be 1 minute after I say I acknowledge it. Gotta live 1 minute into the future, if you get what I'm saying. So this was actually the first bridge built. Courtesy of Striker, he found a spot he wanted and we got to top bridge, and this was the first bridge built.
Yeah.
Something we did recently. Also, I know that there's some animal lovers in here. We like our beef. We do not care how the beef is treated beforehand. No, just kidding. We kind of do. We like our beef naturally grazed and given space. But considering that this is an island, we don't have that kind of space. Okay, so we're at the space elevator front. You have a skylight under Yamato, which, by the way, anyone else playing that event with Musashi, I think it is. I'm waiting for a carrier conversion because that's the only Yamato I'll have in my base. Here we have the battleship conversion, sister ship to Orion as well, the Sagittarius. Which, if you couldn't guess by the amount of Japanese vessels here, this is supposed to be a Imperial Japanese Navy ship. There's 6 guns, sets of 3. Striker, we got another ocean monument to take note of. This road here is new. In fact, I built everything up to here. And then Striker decided to get creative and build a bridge.
Yes, I did. Well,
with help.
Building.
With help, of course.
I'm about to lose my mind a couple of times.
And then we pretty much built this area, which is still under construction. This is supposed to be a salvage area.
Yes.
Because if anyone hasn't noticed, we have a lot of boats. In fact, there's a Gerald R. Ford class there. And a Liberty class ship and a tug, and over there somewhere's a research ship. By the way, that Gerald R. Ford class is supposed to represent Enterprise. In case anyone else was wondering, the aircraft carrier with the all yellow deck is also Enterprise. So this bridge, I actually had to get the deck up to the right height. Striker built the vast majority of it. Outside of that, the bridge deck goes from 7 blocks high up to 21. We have the Renown here passing underneath just to make it very much clear that there's plenty of room. And this was actually the bridge that Striker built. Afterwards, he didn't feel like continuing the slope up just to go back down, level off, and then go back down again. So he just made it flat.
Yeah.
And then I did help him, since going up is easier than going down, I helped him with the way down. Did it pretty much in a couple of hours, I think. He pretty much hammered out every single section till he made landfall.
Yeah.
And then I pretty much took over the project because Striker had to go to bed, and we kind of rocked. By we, I mean me, my music choices, which is heavy metal, and mainly Sabaton. We rocked this out, and it hasn't been worked on since.
You wanna know where to go?
This goes to Gateway. Or supposed to. By the way, I did do a cross section so you can see what the bridge construction is like. So we have sides here, we have an underbody because I am that picky. We have the deck itself, and then the pillars go all the way down to the floor, even in the deepest sections. Give or take, such as an example, see Exhibit A. If you could even see it.
Mm-hmm.
But we come up here, bridge again, punch a hole through the mountain, maybe daylight it in some places that you don't die of CO2 poisoning. And when the world decides to load, we're at Gateway. Now there are a couple of projects past Gateway which we have temporarily abandoned for projects much closer to home. Me and Striker are currently in talks about reactivating one of them, and we'll head towards that now. By the way, Striker, you said you had something to say about this narrow but long ship. What was it?
I forgot.
Then it probably wasn't important. Oh yeah, that's something I needed to bring up before stream, but I guess we're gonna bring it up now. Striker, we have to widen the canal.
You said so. I just widen the canal.
Yes, we have to make it 13 blocks wide. That way I can get my battle carrier through.
Oh goodness.
Over here, that ship with the gray and orange actually comes over here, and this is an aggregate sorting facility. How do you think we use so much gravel, dirt, and sand? We have a couple of barges over here. We got 2 front loaders, which, by the way, that was actually the first front loader built. Custom design, anyone can build it using oak. I went for more of a cat color, and we don't have a good cat color for an older cat, so use oak. Unless you want deer or Volvo or New Holland, then you use either wool, terracotta, or concrete. We go past here, you can see areas in which I've tried to widen the river. Which, by the way, Striker, I know you're the world pyrotechnic in this case. We'll need to be doing a lot more pyrotechnics to widen this river up to allow the battle carrier through.
That means I need to dig a couple of them down, grind them down a little bit.
That means a lot of TNT.
Of course, some definition work.
Over here we have a water reservoir, which is actually here for people who want to build bases over here, but the last person we let into this world decided to build an auto shop and went against where I said he had to build it, so he's no longer allowed in this world. We'll be seeing that exhibit here in a bit. I'd recommend getting your TNT and redstone ready.
Oh dear.
Don't worry, I'll wire it up with you. Over here we have our 2 abandoned projects and a work in progress project that ain't even announced or planned yet. Here's a canal that will actually connect up 2 oceans. If anyone knows how to make the ice not form, please do tell because it's really annoying. We have a couple more ships here. We have a inland combat ship, and then another riverboat with a dredge. And then over here we have Striker's missile silo, which we do need to narrow up.
Yep.
And make it deeper because aren't you making like a mech or something that's gonna go down in here?
Mm.
You, 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 me, now. Because I lost track of you. So you
I
can
know. I'm
you
trying to find my way back to you.
so you can actually see we still have everything all lined out. We got to work building a dam so that the ships could actually turn and go into the next set of locks. And that kind of backfired because we got overwhelmed quite quickly.
Oh, we found a village.
Yeah, that village has been there. By the way, Striker, I need you to survey to the south. That, or I might assign person who needs to actually pay for his dirty deeds to do that before I allow his build fully, which we're not going to allow much longer. Striker, would you like to go see Exhibit A? Oh, my lord, Striker got distracted. Who, you,
I'm
to,
sorry.
me, now.
I'm
Okay, Striker.
sorry.
Striker.
I want to hear.
Grab this cool block out.
TNT.
Then
Here
this
comes the
block.
redstone.
If you're using an activator, use this.
I got everything on me. I got this, 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 and this.
Okay. We're gonna go see
Everything.
Exhibit A for why you don't disrespect us on this world. We'll hit up the map. For anyone who is wondering, we do run this world as an authoritarian regime.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, what I say goes, and if you don't follow it, you get 3 strikes to fix it. And if you don't, which by the way, we're on strike 16 for this person, your base gets
Mm-hmm.
deleted, and we're gonna make a nice hole since we're on strike 16. Okay, here is the map if I don't face plant it. We are currently down here. You have a project up there which we're calling Project SCP. That is something that me and Striker have agreed not to show on stream. We're going right
Oh.
up there. Where that icon is. Striker, you can sit tight. I know where I'm going.
Hey, let me fall. You glitch. Why
I
am I
broke the
following
sound
you?
barrier.
Green breaking the sound barrier like Superman.
No. And the world decides not to load. Where is the reference point? Either the bridge or the research ship. There's the research ship. So when I said research ship, I literally do mean this, and its accompanying sub. Here's a riverboat. It sank quick when it was bringing space elevator supplies. Space elevator element had to be scrapped, and it was salvaged. The riverboat was too far gone to be salvaged, so we just decided to leave it. Here's the bridge, which means Renown is there. Battle carrier Orion is up there, hiding Eugen away. Come on, load in. Little known fact, I actually have a grandfather who served on that ship there, which is the USS California. Nuclear cruiser, not the new submarine, if there's a submarine by that name, or the battleship. Yes, I did do the all yellow deck. In case anyone was wondering. So we're gonna vector around past the lighthouse. And the world's gonna hate me for a minute. Hey, an abandoned mine shaft. How nice. Play nice, world. I know that you're a big old world because people can't follow instructions, but play nice. Yeah, we also have a mountaintop base which will exhibit after the fireworks. Yes, I'm moving backwards because it helps the world load in. Like I said, I know where I'm going. You know, back when the textures used to look different and horses were still a thing, and back before you had banners, that wasn't a thing. Mojang fix. Another natural spawn shipwreck, which we're actually going to let be. We might actually go ahead and salvage that, since it is poking up above the water. Now to let the world focus in. Fortress Island should be somewhere over there. More like over there. This should be land. Yes, it is. Now the clock begins to tick. I do not know who gets the credit for this build. I just know who gets the credits for the ships. If you are the owner of this build before we turn it into a hole, please drop a link in the description to that video, and I will also pin it, because I'm not trying to get credit for anyone else's buildings or designs or anything. I just want to make that known. I'm trying to follow the rules as best as I can. Okay, village for reference, which means we're almost there. Not to dox anyone, but Racing Boy, if you see this come up on your feed, not sorry. Slash teleport who? Buddy of mine to me. You see this ugly building? Let's turn it into a hole. Gap of 3. Just like that. One, two, three. Striker, we're gonna go ahead and alternate. You're making sure to count 3, not 4, right?
I'm following where you're following.
I'm going counts of 3. By the way, believe it or not, for those who are interested in knowing why I just went right up against Striker's TNT without telling him to move it anyway, Striker is the co-owner of this road as per what I said, so we get to kind of get up into each other's personal space in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
Now to begin the wiring process.
Not yet. I got a few more.
Okay, yeah, this whole row's gonna have to go.
Okay. Separate them.
Oh, buddy. Okay.
Ooh, okay.
More reason for this to go. That's strike 17 through 20. Striker, go ahead and pack them together. This is not tolerable. I want this place turned into a hole ASAP. This system's gonna hurt.
A lot.
So is yours. You may call this griefing, I call it justice. Because again, my road, my rules.
Okay, this is good enough.
It won't be, we'll have to do more. Striker, you got the fire. Go ahead and set off the first explosion. And back on up.
I want to wire it down, then I blow up.
Striker,
Yes.
might want to run.
No! No! Crap, I can't get out! I can't get out! Can't get out! Run, boys!
Perfect.
Sure, waiting for friendly fire!
Oh my lord. Oh my lord, that was actually funny.
Holy crap!
There should be an ender chest nearby. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the map. Striker, no matter what happens, keep placing TNT. Ready? Yeah, we're gonna have to do the rest of this by hand.
I can't believe it didn't hit the sign.
This sign has immortality traits that were given to it during construction.
Now we got a hole gonna fill.
No, we ain't gonna fill that hole. This is what we call it, screw it.
Use them more.
We'll just say that this is courtesy of one of my ships.
Gee, the criminy.
All that TNT just dropped. Really? Now we're just having way too much fun at this point.
It's like a mirror that came by to blow it up. Head up! Holy crap!
So yeah, the racing boy, this is what happens when you don't follow instructions.
Ooh.
Not to be mean, but I do mean it when I say keep it to scale. Now, I want to say 9. Weird. Technical difficulties, be right back. Get back into that party. There we are. We are back technically. Just waiting on Striker. Yeah, that's a nice hole where a building used to be. So with that out of the way, I guess we can't really continue the tour, so I'm gonna have to sign off. So here's to another year of progress, and hopefully people following the rules as I have put out before. Then there's literally a book I haven't showed y'all that gets handed out to every player, and they have to agree to it before they are allowed to even leave the loading area. So here's to another year, hopefully no space elevator attacks or anything. I'll see y'all in the next video. See ya. When I can end this.